speaker of Belfast Model School for Girls and was head down in 2007 to 2008. Since leaving our school, Carol attended the University of Ulster in Georgetown, completing a degree in sociology. She then achieved her Masters in Counselling and Therapeutic Communication. Carol now works with children, young people and families with complex needs who need support, encouragement and counselling. This morning, before we present our awards, we are in for a treat as we will be entertained by Year 12 student Laura Piggin as she sings The Life I Never Leave from our school show Sister Act, which will be performed in October. I would now like to invite Mrs. Thomas to open our prize giving with a prayer.
Let us bow our heads and join together in prayer. Almighty God, we ask for your blessing on this ceremony and all who are gathered here today, students, parents, friends of our school and staff. We thank you for all the gifts you have given to us throughout this school year and praise you for all you have done for us. We thank you for all those people who enrich our lives in various ways in school, at home and in our community, and for those who look after us and keep us safe. Be with those that we know who are hurting or suffering in any way, Lord, through illness, bereavement, relationship or financial problems. We ask you, Lord, that you will be with all the students in our school. Help them to stay true to their dreams, to use their gifts wisely, and to continue to walk with you in faith, hope, and love. Build in us all, Lord, a deep respect for one another, so that our school community will continue to grow and flourish. May your vision fill our lives as we seek to reveal your love in everything we do and say. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
height, scary and new, but I'm standing tall, and I'm walking through. It's my baby boy, but I won't go on laying down. It's time to start living the life I never left.
Thank you, Lauren. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. We're absolutely delighted to see you all here. Thank you for coming to support our girls. At this stage, I'd like to invite Miss Carol Wilmont to present the awards. And it gives me such pride to stand here today to start with our pastoral awards for year 10. So our first awards are recognising leadership roles across Key Stage 3. Summer Louise McBurney is getting an award for Deputy Forum Captain as well as the Key Stage 3 Junior Council Representative. Amy Moore and Lily Young are getting awards for Forum Captain and Deputy Forum Captain. Amy Moore is also being awarded for Model Way. Lily Young is also being awarded for Key Stage 3 Junior Council Representative as well as Model Way. Abigail Montgomery is getting her award for Forum Captain. Alicia Burns and Abby Davidson are getting their awards for Forum Captain, Deputy Forum Captain. Alicia is also having her Key Stage 3 Junior Council Representative Award. Abby is also having her Model Way Award. Well done. Jessica Erica is getting her award for Forum. Emma Murphy and Grace Crowe. Emma Murphy is getting her award for Forum Captain, Key Stage 3 Junior Council Representative and the Model Way. Grace Crowe is getting her award for Deputy Forum Captain and also Key Stage 3 Junior Council Representative. Ellie Hines is getting her award for Deputy Forum Captain. Grace Kirkland and Rosie McComb. Grace Kirkland is getting her award for Forum Captain. We have Nicole McConnell, Tiana Watson, Hannah Briggs, and Myla Johnston, who are all getting their awards for the Model Way. Now we have Caitlin Crawford, Katie Golden, Maddie White, and Kylie Rogers, who are all getting their awards for the Model Way. Now we have Caitlin Crawford, Katie Doonan, Maddie White, and Kylie Rogers, who are all getting their awards for the Model Way. So now we're going to move on. We have Abby Baird, who's getting her award for the Model Way. So now we're going to move on to conclude the past generation. We have Jessica Irvine, who is getting her award for the East Stage Straight Table. We have Rachel Templeton, who's getting her award for Grade 1 Piano. We have Lily Horner, who's getting her Football Award. This award is for great enthusiasm and effort displayed during matches. Lily also plays at a high standard of football, representing her country, Northern Ireland, at under 15-16 level. Kristen E. Dunlop is getting her Netball Award. Kristen E. has maintained excellent attendance at the Netball Club this year, and she has competed in the Netball League. Dakota Foster is getting her Trampoline Award. Dakota has maintained excellent attendance at the Trampoline Club this year. Judy Farron. Judy is getting her Dance Award. Judy has competed in Senior Girls this year and has been a core member of our school dance team. She was in the winning trio team, but she achieved first overall in her category at the Ulster Fitness and Dance Championships. Judy has represented the school at all events. We have Dakota Foster, who is getting her Sports Star Award. This award is for Dakota's overall participation and enthusiasm in PE lessons and extracurricular clubs. She has a superb attitude. Rosie McCoy is getting her Sports Personality Award. Rosie has displayed great enthusiasm and personality at all training sessions and matches. Jessica Ray is also getting her Sports Leader Award. Jessica Ray has displayed excellent leadership skills in leading warm-ups and activities during training sessions at Netball Club this year. Jessica Irvine. July is getting her Endeavour Award. Jessica has displayed a fantastic attitude and effort each week at netball training, and she's worked so hard competing in each of the netball matches, never giving up. Rachel Templeton. Rachel has displayed excellent sportsmanship, competing in the netball matches, showing respect to all teammates and competitors. So that concludes the first part of our past awards today. I am now going to hand over to Mrs. Graham to deliver the academic awards. Thank you.
Good morning. We now come to the section of our awards for the subject class certificates. We're going to begin with Kristen Eve Dunlop. Kristen Eve is receiving the subject class certificates for English, Geography, Mathematics, Spanish, Music, Home Economics, Science and History. Ellie May Asabi is receiving the subject class certificates for English, Mathematics, Music, Home Economics, Science and top marks in the year group in Science, History and Information Technology. Grace Crow. Grace is receiving the subject class certificates for English, French, Information Technology, Religious Education, Music, Technology and Science. Grace Kirkland is receiving the subject class certificates for English, Information Technology, Spanish, Religious Education and Art. Lily Young is receiving the subject class certificates for English, Drama, Religious Education, History and Science. Phoebe Gordon. Phoebe is receiving the subject class certificates for English, Geography, Art, Technology and History. Rachel Templeton. She is receiving the subject class certificates for English, Music, Home Economics and History. Nana McAllister is receiving the subject class certificates for English and History. Alana Harbinson is receiving the subject class certificate for English. Ella Watts receiving the subject class certificates for Drama, Art and Music. Ellie Hines is receiving the subject class certificates for Drama and Home Economics. Rosie McComb is receiving the subject class certificates for Drama, Geography, Physical Education, History and Music. Macy, Dozell and Ellie May Pernay are receiving subject class certificates for Drama. receiving the subject class certificate for Spanish. Katie Dolan is receiving the subject class certificates for Spanish, music, technology, science and art. Maddie White is receiving the subject class certificates for Spanish and technology. Hannah Briggs is receiving the subject class certificates for physical education and religious education. Katie Andrews, Abby Robertson, and Lily Porter are receiving the subject class certificates for physical education. Jessica Raymardo and Kiana Bradford are receiving the subject class certificates for physical education. Rose Hugelander and Christina Cook are receiving the subject class certificates for art. Summer Louise McBurney is receiving the subject class certificate for music. Abby Baird, Sophie Huddleston, and Olga Druss are receiving the subject class certificates for science. And that ends the subject class certificates, and I hand over to our Vice Principal to hand out the special awards and the overall achievements.
Good morning, everybody. I'm delighted to be presenting the awards this morning for our category, which is Key Stage Special Awards and Cups, which are awarded to identified students. We begin with Rachel Templeton. Rachel has always been a modest student in years 8, 9 and 10, demonstrating positive behaviours in learning and always being supportive and respectful of her staff and her peers in her school. Rachel has regularly been involved in extracurricular activities within music and sports. She is keen to do well in her studies and is a motivated high achiever across her subjects. Rachel is a well-deserving student and well-deserving the award that has the Shield and Studentship. Rachel is also awarded for her instrumental progress and receives the Cup for Best Progress in Music. Very well done, Rachel. Sophie Evans, Macy Dalzell, and Ella Watts. Students, parents, carers, guardians, Sophie, Macy and Ella are our resident rock band. Autographs later, please. They formed the rock band themselves independently and arranged a Queen medley to perform by themselves without any help from our music staff. And I can assure you it was very much enjoyed by all. We look forward to their next performance. Sophie, Macy and Ella all share the Parents Association Music Cup. Jessica Irvine and Kristen E. Dunlop. Jessica and Kristen E. share the Junior Geography Cup. Both students scored 100% in the Year 10 Geography exam and produced excellent classwork and homework throughout the year. Well done, girls. I'm going to ask Kristen E. just to remain where she is for a moment. Because she's been a very busy student. Kristen Eve also received the Junior History Cup, where once again she scored full marks in the Year 10 summer examination. And she's also awarded the Topping Junior English Shield for exceptional performance in English. Very well done. Ellie May is a scientist of the future. She is awarded the Key Stage 3 Science Cup. Ellie May has displayed consistent effort and determined attitude throughout the whole of the year within her science classes. Not only that, but she achieved top marks who never gives up. Despite, as you might notice, injury, she's just out of crutches and a boot, and here today. Dakota is fully involved in all aspects of school life, both in the classroom and in extracurricular activities. We are very proud of her achievements at Key Stage 3. Well done. We now move on to recognise overall academic achievements in Year 10. Our first category of awards recognises performance in GL computerised tests within English, Maths and Science that are sat by students on an annual basis. These tests are sat by students throughout the whole of Northern Ireland and allow us as a school to measure students' progress and their attainment within English, Maths and Science. Aaliyah Davidson. We begin by recognising progress. Aaliyah has made the greatest level of progress in English, Maths and Science in Year 10 based upon her GL test scores. Well done. Kristen Lee Dunlop. By analysing the test scores, we can also identify the students who achieved the highest test scores within all three tests, English, Maths and Science. Kristen Eve achieved the second highest GL test scores in Year 10 and is recognised as runner-up in GL attainment in Year 10. Well done. Ellie May Azabi. Ellie May is the Year 10 student who achieved the highest GL test scores within all three tests, English, Maths and Science. Ellie May is awarded the prize for GL Top Achiever Attainment in Year 10. Well done. Our final category of awards today recognises overall academic progress and achievement across all subjects within Year 10. Grace Crowe and Ellie May Azabi. I have to get back down to there. Okay, Grace and Ellie May, as you will have noticed, have been awarded 7 class subject certificates today, reflecting very good academic progress and achievement across a huge number of subjects. Grace and Ellie May are runners-up in the category Year 10 Best Overall Student for Academic Progress and Achievement 2022-23. One more certificate that we missed earlier on. Amber Houston. Amber is awarded the subject class certificate in music. Kristen E. Dunlop. And finally today, the 2022-23 Year 10 Best Overall Student Award for Academic Progress and Achievement goes to Kristen E. Dunlop, who has been awarded 8 subject class certificates for her excellent work and progress across the curriculum. Very well. And that concludes the awarding of our Year 10 certificates and prizes for this year. I'm now delighted to introduce and hand over to Carol Wilmot, who I'm sure hand is sore from all the shaping that you've been doing, but we very much look forward to hearing your words of wisdom today.
Well done. That is a brilliant success this morning. You've done so well. Absolutely brilliant. It's been a pleasure to be here so far. So yeah, I'm Carol, and I'll just talk for a few minutes. Okay, I promise it's only going to be a few minutes. I just want to say thank you so much for letting me be here today. It feels like no time since 2008, but it's been like 15 years. I got scared. I feel so old. My wrinkles will tell you that it's been 15 years, but yeah. So yeah, I'm Carol, and I run a business called Calm with Carol, which is ironic because I work with young people and children, so it's never really calm. It's like not so calm with Carol, but it is my dream come true. to run my business. Every day my business gives me an opportunity to work with children, young people, families who are really vulnerable, who have additional and complex needs. I get to go into their homes and be a part of their lives and be a part of their stories. I have a team of 11 people who work for me, and we work in 32 schools across Northern Ireland. And every day we get an opportunity to build up young people to see things like this, and to get to invest in other people's lives. Everybody who knows me, my family, my friends, will tell you that I was born to do this type of work. I believe that this is a gift from God to be able to do this, and to bless other people with what I've got. They look at me, people look at me and think, oh, Flip, she's got it all together, and I apologise because I do not have it all together. It looks like I maybe breeze through this successful life, but actually, what is the reality of that? What does that look like? So I'm a mummy to a 1.5-year-old who does not sleep. You will all probably be really hard to get up in the morning. I can imagine that the parents this morning, it was a struggle to get you out. I have 4 step kids, and it was a struggle to get them up this morning. But I want to tell you today that I do not have it all together. I have sat where you sat and seen these older people that stand on stage and try to tell you that everything's fine when you become an adult, okay? Your parents will tell you that it's really stressful being an adult. You hopefully will not look at me today and think that I've got it all together, because I do not. But that's okay, and I am owning that, and I am maintaining that as in my adult life. So if you switch off for the next 10 minutes, which is okay, and I give you permission to, please just listen to these few words that I'll say. So I am not the finished article, I haven't got it all together, and I haven't got it all worked out, but that is okay, and it is okay if that's where you're at today too. It's so important that that's the message that you take away from today. I don't have all the answers. I never got full marks. Anybody who was like a science teacher in school when I was in school knows that science was not my subject, so well done all those science lovers. The girl who got the award for like the top science person, that is absolutely something that I would not have been getting. Well done. But it's okay if you don't know what you want to be when you grow up, or even what you want to do at the weekend. I know what it's like in my house trying to work out weekend plans. It's just a nightmare. So what is more important than having all those things together and putting all those things in place is the effort that you put in. Today has been a display of your incredible effort through this academic year. So well done. You should all be so proud of yourselves. And well done parents who have fought with them to get them to study, or get them to look at all their notes throughout the year. It's about effort, it's about putting in effort, trying and trying again, and never giving up. I heard that mentioned a few times in some of your descriptions of what you were like, that you never give up, whether that be in netball or cooking or science, whatever that is, never giving up. A famous basketball player said, some people want it to happen, some people wish it to happen, and others make it happen, but what's the difference? Effort. When I was 11 and starting out in Girls Model, I was really super shy. I was kind of average in my school kind of grades. I went to Wheatfield Primary School and grew up like around Ballysullen. I wasn't massively popular, and by not massively popular, I mean I was fuzzy-haired. There's clearly nothing that could be done about that. I was a proper geek with my sister's old uniform with badges that lined my blazer, and I thought that was cool. But I went bright red when teachers or other people spoke to me, and I talked more in my sleep than I did anywhere else, which was really awkward on residentials. When I look back on it now, school for me was kind of like these, the unfortunate events, the tale of unfortunate events. That's kind of what happened. But with a lot of effort, I managed to channel that into fulfilling school life. I loved school, most of it, and my experience from school has propelled me into a career that I absolutely love. Remembering back, there are times that I definitely could have and probably should have given up. It certainly would have been easier and a lot less awkward, but hopefully one day when you're getting it tough or you feel like giving up, maybe these examples will pop into your head and you think, well, if Carol can go through that, maybe I can too. So the first example I have titled, Sometimes You Get the Wrong Dress Code. Okay? I don't know if any of you have been invited to a fancy dress party. Maybe as a younger kid, like I dress my son up all the time just because he's really cute. He was with me a couple of weeks ago, but maybe not. In year 10, I was invited to a fancy dress party by a really popular kid in school. I'm not entirely sure how I managed to get the invite. I think it was like by default. I wasn't actually meant to get it, but I arrived anyway. I went home, told my mummy I really need a brilliant costume to go to this fancy dress party. I was fully kitted out. I got a geisha outfit, which is like a Chinese traditional dress, almost like Mulan, right? Okay, so picture the scene. Here I am, porcelain white makeup, fancy Japanese dress with a wooden umbrella, and the fancy shoes that they wear that are like wee clogs. So here I go, standing at my front porch for the photo shoot because my mum is so proud that I've been invited to this party. Felt awesome, felt like I'd been accepted. All of that was stripped away within seconds of arriving at this party, that the other 40 girls that had gone were dressed as schoolgirls, with their shirts tied up round their waist, their skirts like no longer than their bums, and high heels. And I am like a Chinese geisha. So I rocked up to this party and thought, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? So I could have been really embarrassed. I could have just turned on my heels and left. But what I did was I rocked up and I stayed for the whole entire time, took the hand out of myself because I clearly got the wrong dress code. So it wasn't exactly the same look that I'd gone for. What I want you to remember from this, okay, is that in times that you feel like you don't fit in, think it could be worse. You could have dressed up as a geisha to a schoolgirl party. But what has that taught me about life, and why am I embarrassing myself and telling you that story today? Life is all about getting it wrong. Okay, you can't always get everything right. When I arrived at the fancy dress party, I really felt like the ground should have swallowed me up. I could have just left, but actually what ended up and what I realised in that night, probably not on that night because I was mortified, but later when I reflect on it, what I think is that being yourself is what is cool. That is what makes you cool. So we have to own it, whoever we are, whether we like to bake or whether we like science. Own who you are, because that's who you've been created to be. I've titled the next example, Sometimes You Don't Make It Into the Pit, okay? Who likes athletics? Does anyone like sport, athletics, that kind of thing? Yeah? Well, I was okay at sport. I was fit, but not overly coordinated, okay? But I was willing to give anything a go, right? Back in school, we had a brilliant PE department that was made up of teachers who encouraged you and made everybody get involved, which was brilliant, and I'm sure that hasn't changed at all. However, when I went to school, not that many people wanted to be involved in competitions or in going to the practices. It seemed that I went to hockey practice and I was every week and I was the only one that got subbed off. So I'm not really sure whether that tells you about my ability or what it tells you about. But I got picked for everything because I was there every week and I wanted to go, which was a massive boost to my confidence. Probably a bit misplaced because it was just out of default that I was picked. But a few examples stand out of what I want to talk about today. So picture the scene. It's bright, it's sunny, not like today because it's lashing outside. St Mary Peter's track in Belfast is a big, massive athletics track. We were going to the Ulster Schools track and field competition, right? I arrived in full PE kit, albeit my sister's probably. And we'd got our prep for the week and we were all ready to go. Our athletic discipline, mine was the triple jump, and I feel like I got picked for that because nobody else wanted to do it. But in my head it was fine. These other schools might have the spikes on their trainers or a proper athletics track that they can practice on. But we arrived in a bus that's not like fish, and we arrived with like 5 people in a team when there should be 10. But we arrived and we were gonna do this. So if you don't know what the triple jump is, it's where you do like a hop, a skip, and then jump into the sand pit. It's almost like a longer long jump, okay? The idea is that you measure the jump from the sand pit. Roughly for a good jump it would be like 11 metres. These other competitors were jumping 11 metres and more. So it was my turn, my first go. My first kind of hop looked like I tripped myself up, and then the skip was more like a tumble, and then I didn't even get into the pit. Second turn, sadly didn't get into the pit either, absolute cringe because there's like hundreds of people watching this. By the third pit, I just about made it into the pit, okay? Whether through pity or compassion, the other competitors cheered me on. It became like something that they found funny. But I realised in that moment that I might not have got into the pit, but that will never take away the fact that I represented my school at Ulster School track field competition. Girls, life is all about perspective, okay? Your starting point is different than everybody else in this room. Your finishing point is different from everybody else in this room, and that is incredible, and that is good. Whether you make it into the pit in your first go or your last go, it's about your effort, it's about your journey into that pit. your own improvement. Please don't be tempted to quit when you don't feel like you make it the first time round. The next example is an example that I've called Be the Grinch in a World Full of Chloes. Okay, I'm a massive Kardashian fan. I literally love Khloe Kardashian. I love her fashion, I would love her bum, I would love her bank balance as well. I also love the Grinch. Have you heard of the Grinch? Yeah, so Jim Carrey is awesome and he does the Grinch. I have a Grinch outfit, so dress up as him every Christmas. I love his attitude and his over-exaggerated personality. At times I find myself comparing myself to my idols, the Grinch and Khloe. They're not usually mentioned in the same line, so bear with me just a wee second. Comparing ourselves to others is really positive and it can have a really good impact on us, but it can have a negative impact too. I might compare myself to Khloe and think, okay, what am I going to buy next, or what way is she doing her makeup, or what's she doing at the minute, so that I can kind of enjoy being a part of her life. In the same way, I might be inspired by the Grinch in his full commitment to his role as the Grinch. Jim Carrey was brilliant at it. Comparing ourselves in a positive way is good. We might do it with some of our friends who are maybe good at doing their hair or doing their tan, or good at music or running, or good at some kind of sport or sculpting or drawing. Whatever their talent is that you admire, it is natural to compare ourselves with others and use it as a measuring tool. It is, in itself, there's nothing actually wrong with that, and it can be really inspiring. However, there's a negative side to comparison, which can lead to us feeling really negative and having low self-esteem and low confidence. We could look at others and say, well, why don't we look like that? Or I could look at Khloe and think, well, I train in the gym, why don't I look the way she does? That's the danger zone. And I remember feelings of comparison when I went to school. Even being asked here today, I thought, I didn't ask someone else. But actually maybe what I have to say will impact you, and that's good, because again, our starting point and our ending point is different than everybody else in that room. When we compare, we are comparing like with like, but that is not the reality. We are all different, we all look different, thank goodness, because if we all looked the same, this room would be so boring. With different hairs and different hairstyles, we have different passions, different dreams, and different focuses and different viewpoints, which is really helpful and really good. So when we compare ourselves with others, remember those differences. Remember that we are not comparing like with like. Be a Grinch in a world of Chloes, because let me tell you, someone is looking at the Grinch and being inspired wherever you are. So the last example that I have, you'll be glad to hear, is find something you love and call it work. Okay, so I grew up near Ballysillin, and being a Belfast-born girl, I'm not overly fussed on country music, but there's one song by Jordan Davis and Luke Bryan it's called Buy Dirt. And there's a line in it that says, find something you love and call it work. I've been so passionate about caring for people and vulnerable adults and children my whole life. When I was your age, I wanted to buy a whole street of houses and make them into vulnerable adults accommodation and care for people in a street full of houses. I would still love to do that, but I just don't have the money to do it yet. I am among the few that know what it feels like to absolutely love my job. I get to play Lego, I get to talk to people, I get to be invested in other people's lives. In 2022, there was a study of how people felt about their work, and 85% of people in the UK and Northern Ireland said they hated their job. How sad is that? 85% of people are getting up every day hating their job. I get to love my job, I get to be invested and empower other people. I didn't have a straight path to school or to my job now. I had to work really hard. And some of it was because I couldn't actually make up my mind on what I wanted to do, but most of it was because I undervalued myself, and I thought, oh well, someone else would just do it better, or this is only my passion, surely I could make money out of my passion. But I knew from a young age that caring for people and being compassionate was something that I was really good at, and that I absolutely loved to do. It filled me up. So I picked random A-levels and went the long way around to become qualified as a counsellor. But what I would say to you here sitting today, that if you're passionate about something, whether that be baking or sport or science, whatever it is, own it. That is you. You are different from everybody else in this room, and that is incredible. You have your gifts, they have theirs. Don't compare like with like, because that is not the reality. Thank you so much for inviting me here today. Thank you for listening. Well done in your successes. It's incredible. And there's a week left till summer. Enjoy. Thank you.
left to me to bring this ceremony to a close. I want to extend a sincere thanks to our guest speaker, Carol, and to parents and other family members, to students and staff. Thank you for making and taking time to be here today for this very important and special occasion. And as you no doubt have already guessed, given all the prizes and awards we've seen presented here this morning, it has been another very busy year once again. So I want to say thank you to you, the students, for the following highlights. We've had bake-offs and games on, soccer, hockey and netball, to name only a few. We bounced our way to the very top on the trampoline and boogied to gold in the NIMAC Championships. We mourned a monarch and we celebrated a king crowned. Tests taken, coursework completed, data dropped, reports written. We have had injections, suspensions, detentions, assemblies, applause, disco divas, Halloween horrors, panto performances, Santa surprises, literary legends, celebrations, and so much more. Hope, joy, and care create our culture. We support each other through the sad and difficult times. Remaining ready, respectful, and safe shows us the model way to success. And we've had such a kaleidoscope of success recognised and celebrated here this morning. We encourage all who belong to our school community to believe in themselves, in their talents and in their abilities, to believe in their hopes and dreams for the future, to believe in their community, their faith and their culture. We know that you do not have to be great to start, but you must start to become great. We are so proud of all the great prize winners here this morning. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you. And to those who may not have received an award today, we have a prize giving event every single year. So work hard, be ready, respectful and safe for learning, and aim to be on this stage next year and the year after that. I also wish to publicly acknowledge the work of my colleagues, teaching and non-teaching, and to thank them for the tremendous work, support and care they give to our students throughout the year. They continue to be relentless in their pursuit of achievement for all. To the parents and family members, I hope you're feeling very proud to be the parents and carers of such young, wonderful young people. Hopefully the experiences and relationships fostered here at Belfast Model School for Girls will continue to inspire your children, no matter which path they choose in life, to be the very best that they can be. Finally, I thank you, the parents and the family members of our students, for your continuing support. None of this would be possible without you, without working in partnership with us. To all of you, I offer my best wishes for next year. Between now and then, have an enjoyable and safe summer break. And just before we finish, I'm going to ask one of our students, I think it's one of our students, it is, to present Carol just with a token of our appreciation for being here this morning.
That concludes our prize giving for year 10, 22, 23. Parents,